This is Viewers Corner News. Our news analysis today are on: most governors in Nigeria present expensive cars as gifts to traditional rulers in their states while workers and pensioners die of hunger. Muslim countries pledge to assist Afghanistan release its seized assets. Chile's presidential election was won by a left-wing politician Gabriel Boric. The British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss has been appointed by Boris Johnson to be the Brexit negotiator. Nigerians should elect any of these men: Professor YEMI OSINBAJO, Professor KINGSLEY MOGHALU, Professor Babagana ZULUM, or Mr. OMOYELE SOWORE, to fix the economy of Nigeria in 2023. President Buhari's refusal to sign the electoral bill into law is a setback for Nigeria's democratic system. Stay with us. Most governors in Nigeria present expensive cars as gifts to traditional rulers in their states while workers and pensioners die of hunger. Why? It is so surprising to see, in some states in Nigeria, governors giving expensive car worth millions of naira as gifts to traditional rulers without first fulfilling the basic needs of the people of their states. Somehow, there is nothing too bad about giving out cars as gifts to elders in your state, but our point is that workers and pensioners should get their monthly salaries and allowances first. If you look at some states in Nigeria, workers and pensioners have not been paid for months, if not years. Instead of paying them, these governors would prefer to buy expensive cars for their traditional rulers, which is not right. If you are a governor in Nigeria and making plans to buy cars as gifts to traditional rulers this period, the Viewers Corner News team is appealing to you to direct such funds to paying workers' salaries and pensioners' allowances in your state. They deserve to have their salaries and pension allowances received without having to wait for months or years before getting paid. It is very wrong to owe workers and pensioners in your state. Again, the Viewers Corner News team is appealing to all governors in Nigeria to pay pensioners and workers their salaries and allowances so that they can have their essential needs settled properly.
Muslim countries pledge to assist Afghanistan release its seized assets. It was reported that Muslim countries have pledged to assist Afghanistan in freeing its seized assets. The pledge was made recently during a special meeting of the 57-member Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Pakistan. The delegates said that they would unlock the financial and banking systems to re-establish liquidity and the flow of financial and humanitarian assistance. The gathering was the largest since the Taliban retook control of Afghanistan following the fall of the US-backed government in August. Since then, Western countries have frozen billions of dollars in aid and assets. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation stated that the Islamic Development Bank will lead the drive to free up assistance by the first quarter of next year. It also encouraged Afghanistan's government to follow international human rights treaties, especially on the rights of women, children, adolescents, the elderly, and individuals with special needs. Pakistan asked world leaders to work with the Taliban to avoid a humanitarian disaster. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation said that it would send a group of worldwide Muslim scholars to meet with the Taliban to discuss matters such as tolerance and moderation in Islam, equal access to education, and women's rights in Islam. The Pakistani Foreign Minister, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, said that the worsening situation in Afghanistan might result in widespread famine, a flow of refugees, and a rise in extremism. In Afghanistan, women are excluded from government work and secondary schools for girls have largely remained closed, despite the Taliban's promise of a softer version of the rigid rule that characterized their first term in power from 1996 to 2001.
Chile's presidential election was won by a left-wing politician Gabriel Boric. After a stunning electoral victory, a left-wing politician and former student activist Gabriel Boric reportedly vowed to be president for all Chileans. Gabriel Boric rose to prominence during the country's anti-government rallies. He got 56% of the vote, compared to 44% for his conservative opponent, José Antonio Cast. According to the report, José Antonio Cast immediately acknowledged defeat. José Antonio Cast tweeted a photo of himself on the phone with his opponent, Gabriel Boric, congratulating him on his great victory. The 35-year-old Boric will become Chile's youngest president ever. The outgoing president, Sebastián Pinera, held a video chat with the president-elect, Boric, and promised to give his government's complete support throughout the 3-month transition. Mr. Gabriel Boric will take office in March 2022. Gabriel Boric is a native of Punta Arenas in Chile. He was the chairman of the Federation of Students at the University of Chile in Santiago when he was a student. In 2011, he rose to prominence by leading protests, calling for a better and less expensive education. In 2014, he joined the National Congress as a lower house legislator, representing Chile's province of Magallanes. During his campaign, he promised to bury the neoliberal economic model established by General Augusto Pinochet's dictatorship from 1973 to 1990. He also promised to raise taxes on the rich to expand social services, combat inequality, and strengthen environmental protection.
Liz Truss, the British Foreign Secretary, has been appointed by Boris Johnson to be the Brexit negotiator. After Boris Johnson's longtime ally David Frost resigned after a week of political instability in the Conservative Party, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson selected Britain's Foreign Minister, Liz Truss, to become the country's principal negotiator with the European Union. According to a statement released by the Prime Minister's office, Liz Truss will have ministerial responsibility with the European Union and will lead negotiations to resolve issues arising from terms of the Brexit agreement relating to trade with Northern Ireland. David Frost was dissatisfied with Boris Johnson government's tax and COVID-19 policies. According to the report our correspondent in London gathered, Frost's decision to resign was prompted by last week's implementation of additional COVID-19 pandemic regulations, which included a need that people show proof of vaccination or a negative coronavirus test to access nightclubs and other packed locations. David Frost stated in his resignation letter to the Prime Minister that the United Kingdom should learn to live with COVID.
Nigerians should elect any of these men: Professor YEMI OSINBAJO, Professor KINGSLEY MOGHALU, Governor Babagana ZULUM and Mr. OMOYELE SOWORE to fix the economy of Nigeria in 2023. Nigeria has lots of incompetent and very corrupt leaders who have been in power for many years without adding value to the economy of the country. This group of incompetent and corrupt leaders hold the country hostage and are bent on remaining in power forever. They manipulate the poor people of Nigeria, who are in the majority, through vote buying at every election, knowing full well that these poor Nigerians will always fall into their trap because of a lack of money. These incompetent and corrupt Nigerian politicians are using this method to hook the poor Nigerians into doing their bindings, which is sad. Based on our findings, we believe that there are still some great Nigerians who will work to make the country great if they are allowed to lead Nigeria. Although some Nigerians may not agree with this, they are the trusted ones. If the people of Nigeria give these men the opportunity to lead the country, they will surely do well. Some of these Nigerians are Professor YEMI OSINBAJO, Professor KINGSLEY MOGHALU, Governor Babagana ZULUM and Mr. OMOYELE SOWORE. Again, these men will get the country working better, which is the truth. The Viewers Corner News team has also seen lineups of Nigerians wanting to lead the country in 2023, and based on what we know about some of them, they do not have the interest of Nigerians at heart. Their quest to lead the country has to do with enriching themselves and their families, which is the truth, take it or leave it. The Viewers Corner News team is appealing to the people of Nigeria, both at home and abroad, to consider any of these men we mentioned above and allow any of them to direct the affairs of Nigeria. The people of Nigeria will be happy with their leadership.
President Buhari's refusal to sign the electoral bill into law is a setback for Nigeria's democratic system. Those destroying Nigeria are leaders elected by Nigerians to lead and direct the affairs of the country. Look at one simple example. When the electoral bill was sent to President Buhari, it took him a long time to reject the bill. Politicians who would not have won any election if conducted fairly started lobbying, going to the Aso Rock Villa to plead with President Buhari not to sign the bill into law so that they will have the opportunity to install their own choice of candidates, whether qualified or not, thereby subjecting the people of Nigeria to darkness. This is a horrible situation, and no matter the excuses a few supporters of President Buhari are giving to make the rejection of the electoral bill acceptable to Nigerians, it is very wrong and also a slap on the democratic process of Nigeria. Another surprising aspect is that most members of the National Assembly cannot say no to the President of Nigeria even when they know he is wrong. Once President Buhari writes to the National Assembly for approval, they do not ask questions before giving the go-ahead order for the President to borrow, thereby putting the country and future generations into huge debt. If it were during Dr. Bukola Saraki's era, most loans taken today by Nigeria would have been rejected under his leadership. But today's National Assembly under the leadership of Senator Ahmed Lawan, Everything President Buhari says is yes, yes, which is sad. No country can grow under the condition of taking loans at every given opportunity. This is the truth. Take it or leave it. Nigeria is heading towards the 2023 general elections, and those politicians who plunged the country into hardship are warming up to be elected to office so that they can start the looting of the treasury of Nigeria. The Viewers Corner news team is calling on the people of Nigeria to reject them. Do not sell your conscience. Vote for credibility, an individual who will work to make Nigeria great by creating jobs for the people of the country and at the same time being honest with the Nigerian people, especially on the issue of security. Again, the people of Nigeria are waiting to see the next move of the National Assembly members when they return from their Christmas vacation concerning the rejection of the electoral bill by President Buhari, which they promised to look into. If you want to get more analysis on politics and good governance, health issues and others, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching. This is Viewers Corner News YouTube channel.